I know I get asked a lot to make more videos, and frankly, I just don't feel like there's a whole lot that's worth making a video of, but I'll at least show you guys this. Two things for today. One being I bought another Dana 70. This one's out of a second gen Dodge. You can tell it's a second gen based on that funky looking ABS sensor and speedo sensor. They're 2-in-1 versus the first gens, which have a different style of sensor on them. But this is a dually. You can tell that because the distance between the wheel and backing plate and the spring perch is a lot farther apart. I got this rear end because it had a power lock limited slip differential in it. Right now it's got nothing in there. I already took it out. I just finished doing that a couple minutes ago. The only thing I might do is I might take these hubs off, because I think these mine are the same short distance in here. I might take these hubs off, put these on mine, and then get slip-on drums. That's one nice thing about the second gen stuff. The later stuff had slip-on drums, because my current rear end does not. And for those that don't know, the rear end that I did purchase that's now in the truck, as seen in the last video, that's just an open diff. It's not a limited slip, and that's one thing that truck really needed, and that's what this is going to do. So I got that pulled out. I still have to pull out the input shaft. I just don't have an impact with big enough balls to do it. And on another note, I know I never really made a video about this, but I've been selling a lot of stuff lately. I had a case tractor, which is more or less just a frame. That's gone. The 72 Suburban 12 is in the driveway. That's gone. That Cub Cadet up there might be going away. Let's see. The Roper Hydro Drive that's in the garage, the Packer one, that one's going away. The ST10 and the 71 10XL that used to be back here, those two are going away. The 78 199, it's gone. Simplicity's up front. I had a Wheel Horse D180, sold that. I sold about 8 tractors so far, and I'm feeling pretty good, even though I haven't really made much of a dent. I did sell 2 of the dozer blades, so I only have 1 left. And yeah, I'm kind of just in the process of starting to clean up. This is just a big pile of miscellaneous junk back here. I mean, these decks, for example, are just parts decks. I have what's left of the SS14 that donated all of its parts for the HT14. A couple vintage Toro push mowers, a snapper, Jacobson. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot to share, really. Haven't been doing much in the garage. It's just been too cold. I'm actually off on spring break this week from college, and it's been about 33 degrees on average, and rainy, and well, it snowed again. Luckily, most of it's melted. I have some wheel weights now to put on this tractor. Traded a 14 horse Briggs horizontal shaft opposed twin for a set of cast iron wheel weights from a friend of mine. So I got those, which are down there. Those will be going on the left side of the tractor. I could have just put on some of my existing ones, but I figured when he offered those to me, I'd snag them up. There's another set I do have to pick up from a friend of mine still. Made that deal late last year and haven't gotten around to it yet. The rest of the Simplicity frame that donated all of its parts to the 7790 turned into this Kohler Magnum 10 with a busted off dipstick. The housing back here is busted off, so if any of you out there in the YouTube world have one, let me know, because I need one. Don't know what I'm going to use the engine for yet, but I'm sure I'll figure that out eventually. And as far as in the garage goes, little project update, I guess. or lack thereof. I've been spending most of my time trying to get that heater to work again because it quit on me. And I found out what the problem was. The temperature fail-safe control module, whatever the heck they call it, the circuit breaker, essentially, is what went on it. I bypassed the photocell thing, this guy right here, and it still kicked the breaker out after 10 seconds, and according to the troubleshooting tree, it says that that module is bad. And I know why so many people throw these things away, because this darn little thing right here, the circuit breaker and module, just they kind of go like that. This bracket goes over the breaker. This whole thing in my hand here is about $100. They don't make them anymore, so you got to get lucky to find one. But luckily, there's a guy that makes some sort of aftermarket replacement type thing that is not exactly that, but it's supposed to work. It's like $40, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that. This Briggs opposed twin came from work. It was in the scrap dumpster. Figured, hey, I could use it for parts, and sure enough, as soon as I got home, I got a message from the guy that traded me the wheel weight saying he needed a crank and timing gear. So I immediately pulled this engine apart and pulled the crank out of it. The big diesel hydro, not much is new on it. Just need to continue working on the wiring. I just haven't really been all that motivated to be out here, frankly, when it's this cold out. Spring is just around the corner, and by the time it warms up to 60 degrees or above, I'll be outside all day long. I'd rather just wait and then do it then. The mini bike, that's the project on hold. I'm waiting for parts still for the front end, but the front end is slowly starting to come together. I did get it's really hard to see, it's right there. It's too dark for you guys, but the Custom 7 with the Vanguard, I got that to run a little bit on its own. Here you guys go, it's right there. I got to run a little bit by squirting gas down the carb. I still need to do the wiring on that one too, so that way that one's on hold. Yeah, really, it's just not nice out here. I'll sit inside and I'll wait. Same with this thing. I've got the 5-speed ready for the truck. I just need to pull the tail shaft housing back off and put this snap ring on the speedometer gear so the speedometer gear doesn't walk its way off, and then it's go time. It's a matter of just plopping this in the truck and figuring out a trans mount. I haven't really done much research on it yet, but I'm sure we'll get there when we get there. But in the meantime, I just want to get the differential all squared away, and at least get the truck movable again and get the brakes bled. Drive it a little bit, break it in, and just get the truck done the way I want it to be done, and not have to constantly have it be a project. I'll let it be a project for the first half of this year, just like it was for practically the last half of last year, and then drive the wheels off of it again, literally. See, I keep saying that, oh, I'm going to drive the wheels off of it, especially like with this truck. Nothing ever goes wrong with this thing. I can say that a million times and all y'all will be like, oh, knock on wood, something's going to happen. It doesn't. It leaks a crap ton of oil because the rear main seal is shot on the thing, but it runs great. It runs great. Yeah, it's got rust, but it's not as bad as most. And hey, it gets me from point A to point B for right now, so that's all that matters. But with that being said, enough of this, and I'm going to go back in the house, so talk to y'all later.